BIR, Your Honor.
Yeah, how do you answer that?
Your Honor, as to the VAT exemption, the unregistered,
Under online.
Your Honor, considering that the sellers in Lazada, I think Lazada itself is not the seller, but just a platform.
Precisely, I'm after the guys who are not, they are withholding agents, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, as to the registration of the sellers there, we have examiners working on the field to make sure that the sellers who
Can we put a class action against all of these guys for not giving VAT exemption? And there's so many laws, so I can count the number of laws. In short, because they are online and therefore that doesn't exempt them from not giving a discount to PWD and senior citizens and solo parents. I think because that aspect, we've been under that aspect of recovering the VAT, yung non-collection of VAT, but the non-giving of VAT exemptions.
Your Honor, I believe, Your Honor, the
Can you pursue that?
yes, Your Honor, I will raise it to the
Can you tell DEPCOM Rosario to please look into that?
yes, Your Honor, I will inform her.
So you're not doing anything. At least I can say that for now.
Your Honor, may I be given the chance to inquire with the operations division on this, Your Honor?
Can you make a full report on online platforms and the sellers there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero di ba meron na kayong omnibus that all of them are withholding agents?
Yes, Your Honor.
What RMC is that?
I'll just check, Your Honor, the exact number.
But there's an RMC that says
yes,
that
Your Honor,
everybody who sells online goods over digital are all VAT registered.
yes, Your Honor. I will just have to find the exact RMC, Your Honor. I will
Anyway,
get.
thank you.
May
Okay,
I be
yes,
Mr. May I be recognized?
Yes, sir. You recognize.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Gusto ko lang sanang i-clarify muli. Pwede po ba talagang exempt ang pag-apply ng senior citizen discount at PW discount kapag ang isang bagay ay naka-promo na? Kung oo po ito, ano pong conditions ang dapat gawin ng isang establishment para magawa po ito? At pangalawa po, bakit po kapag online booking, wala pong option ng application ng senior citizen at DPW discount? Kung sakali po na nag-online booking at hindi ma-applied, maaari po bang ma-claim ang discount in person? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Well, mali yung batas natin. So we need to revise that. You're just going by Immanuel Kant, the universality. If it's universal, and then if there's a special treatment, and then it should be applied to the universal. In short, if you have a 30% promo, then it's good for everyone. And therefore, regardless of whether you're dying or not. But since we want to favor the dying, then we should give a 20% discount. That should be the way to do it. So we need to change the law.
Yeah.
Now, there should not be a choice whether the 30 is higher than the 20, and therefore they can make a choice. But the 30 is available to all, whether living or dead, whether living or dying. I mean, it is philosophy. Under all the social philosophy I learned in my whole college life, that particular choice should not be there at all. Binibigyan mo lahat ng buhay ng 30. Tapos pwede pala mamili ng 20. Malapit na mamatay. Precisely. I think that's the way to write it. Ang problema, we wrote it differently. Anyway,
Your Honor, if I may...
We need remedial measure. Yes.
Your Honor, I'm Deputy Canay from the Quezon City Persons with Disability Affairs Office. Also, the President of the NCR League of PIDAO. If I may, Your Honor,
yes.
For this year, Your Honor, naka-receive po kami ng 15 complaints. Ang complaints po ng mga persons with disability ay erroneous computation po ng mga establishment on the 20% discount and the VAT exemption. We also receive po sa online complaints na hindi nga po sila na bibigyan ng discount. We also receive a complaints po from a patient sa St. Luke's, a cancer patient who just diagnosed 7 days after she received her PWD ID, but hindi po siya nag-grant ng discount as well. Also po sa dessert, the person with disability bought 8 inches of chocolate roll cake to get the 20% discount for his own consumption, pero hindi rin po nabigyan ng discount. So those are
Can you give us the full documentation of all those complaints?
Yes, sir. Yes,
The
Your
entire
Honor.
file?
Yes, Your
And we
Honor.
will go after them one by one.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now you can.
Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair,
Yes,
yung hindi
Plato.
pa, thank you. Yung di pa nasasagot yung pangalawa, Mr. Chair.
Ano yun?
Tanong ko, kapag online booking po ba, wala pong option ang application ng senior
Sa Cebu
citizen o
Pacific meron at saka sa PAL.
pwede i-claim po ito pag online booking hindi applied? Maaari po bang i-claim ang discount in person? Sir?
PAL meron ba? Alam ko
PAL
Cebu
meron,
Pacific lang.
meron kang pipindutin na button.
Ayaw, pero dapat they should incorporate that in the system sana.
Kasi hingin yung birthday mo eh.
Including your ID number.
Anyway, may I recognize, of course, the representative of the PWDs, but very able, very intelligent, the daughter of one of the most illustrious, the one-man Congress of President Marcos before, Congresswoman Isabel Maria J. Zamora of the Long District of San Juan. We had a long meeting yesterday for preparation for this. The answer there, I know for PAL and Cebu Pacific, yes. So they are compliant.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So it can be done.
Cebu Pacific, okay.
Salamat. Thank you.
So you can continue.
Okay. To the DTI, the ILG, the League of Cities and Municipalities, and the Liga ng OSCA heads, do you have data on the number and status of all complaints filed against violation of the provision of discounts and VAT exemptions? How many are resolved, pending, and with no action? First, we call on the DTI.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It was recently announced in the media, Mr. Chair, that we received about 139 complaints. But all these complaints, Mr. Chair, we refer them to the NCSC. We do not handle the complaints, but we accept them because of the no wrong door policy of the DTI. We refer them and then we follow up for the complainant, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
JLG.
How about the ILG? May the ILG po taas sa atin?
Yes po, present po, Your Honor. For the DLG, likewise po, we don't have data on those kinds of complaints because those are redirected directly po to the NCSC. Hindi po siya dumadating sa...
Can you make it as a basis for SGLG? We were providing them with any rewards, the implementation of all these special privileges, special care for PWD citizens. As one of the basic parameters for granting them an SGLG. Can I make that request?
Yes, that recommendation po is very much viable.
So in short, kung may reklamo sa kanila, sa isang like Pulangi, they got an SGLG. I don't know how they perform with respect to the way they treat their PWDs. And therefore, if there's an allegation or a complaint and it was not disposed of, then we'll bigyan ng SGLG.
Yes, Your Honor. We will have to meet with...
That's the way. We should have a carrot and stick approach to all these laws.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Thank you. So
present-
since you don't accept complaints, no?
Yes po. Unfortunately, those kinds of complaints po don't directly go to us in the department. But we can raise po and consider that as an indicator, but we would have to meet po with the NCSC. Thus, the SGLG at present po is managed by the Council of Good Local Governance. So magmi-meeting pa po with regards to the proposed indicator.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Thank you. Next is the League of Cities of the Philippines.
They're not
Yeah.
here. Next.
Next is League of Municipalities of the Philippines. Wala rin.
May I recognize Congressman Busita
Next is
of White
Liga,
Rider.
Liga ng Oscar Heads ng Pilipinas.
Andito ba sila?
Ah.
Can we
Good
recognize?
morning. Good morning. Yes, yes po. Good morning, Your Honors. As far as the OSCA office is concerned, here, most especially here in Albay, we have few complaints. One very notable is the scheduling of the day and time for the availment of the discount. The complaint reached our office and we acted upon it immediately with the help or assistance of the Senior Citizens Committee Chair from the SB. This is in particular in UWAS. So we confronted and we provided guidelines and then give the necessary and inform them about the necessary sanctions. And luckily and very good that it is now complied and there is no more scheduling anytime and there is no limit also for the purchases as provided for by the law. It is from the
Thank you
OSCA
very much.
as far as complaints on OSCA on the availment of discounts.
Thank you very much.
I have further issues later
Wala ko.
from the OSCA. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Mabalos.
To the DTI, League of Cities and Municipalities. Since establishments offering goods and services are supposedly registered businesses, do LGUs have mechanisms to monitor and regulate updates on policies released, particularly those relative to the provision of discount and VAT exemptions? Is there a mechanism to review and approve new policies prior to implementation? For example, Starbucks, one drink and one food item per visit policy was suddenly released without any consultation. Is this not in any way a violation of existing laws? May we call on the DTI?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If the establishment would have a sales promotion, they would have to apply and register with the DTI for a promotion permit. However, in this case, it does not appear to be a promotion to boost their sales. So it's not included in the Consumer Act for them to apply with the DTI for the permit as regards what was shown earlier, Mr.
So
Chair.
lusot sila.
It's not
By
as-
your interpretation, lusot sila.
Yes, Mr. Chair, because it appears to be a restriction.
So in
of
other words, to be
promotion.
a promo, it has to be not boosting a sales? How did you define it?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it's not for purposes of boosting their sales. I would believe, Mr. Chair. Because I think it's for the purpose of limiting.
Miraculous. So hindi siya promo and therefore they do not have to register and therefore they're not violating anything.
As for the Consumer Act, Mr. Chair.
Consumer Act.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
But with respect to this law, are you part of the implementing agencies for all these special privileges to
The DTI, Mr. Chair, is part of the National Coordinating and Monitoring Body under the RA 9994, Mr. Chair. But I would defer to the DSWD as the Secretariat of the NCMB.
So, wala na. Susunod na si ano.
Hindi, yung NSSC, ano sa
NCS.
tingin nyo dun?
Well, definitely, Your Honors, it's a violation of law.
So did you take cognizance and what have you done?
Your Honors, we received the report yesterday. We sent our personnel immediately. However, in the television and radio reports, it seems that Starbucks said it was a miscommunication and it is no longer correct to say one and one na lang ang mabibili. It really is up to the consumer, the senior citizen, and we still have to receive a formal complaint if at all kung may agrabyado ba doon sa
So you cannot
mga
do
seniors.
you cannot neither do motu proprio.
We did,
You cannot
we did, Your
take
Honor.
judicial cognizance.
We did, Your Honor. Although it seems that they recalled the policy, Your Honor. And so we will be making a formal report on this, assuming that there really are consumers who are aggrieved by that pronouncement by Starbucks.
So yung create natin is just an office and then you don't have powers, no?
Your Honors, under Section 7, letter A of the law creating NCSC 11350, the NCSC is empowered to ensure that all laws are implemented.
Ensure.
Yes. So in connection with that, Your
So-
Honor, even before this committee hearing was called, NCSC and NCDA had a meeting yesterday because we felt that this has to be done, and we are hoping that we'll be able to create a joint enforcement platform because like what was complained by our good congressman in 2022, there was a joint memorandum circular na nagbibigay ng discount sa online, ngunit hindi pa nasusunod. So we are calling for a joint enforcement platform, Your Honor, where all the agencies should be participating.
Pero yung
Mr. Chair.
president-
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Linawin ko lang, ano ba yung binawi na sinabi po ng ating
binawi
chairman
yung
NSA?
nakalagay na gano'n.
Oo, doon sa sinasabing sa Starbucks. So, wala pa naman yatang announcement.
Meron,
Na ano na po ba? Yung nagpa-complain?
may resibo tayo
Ayan.
dahil pinicturean ng pinicturean.
So, yung nagpa-complain po ba ay na-compensate?
Mr. Chair, I think the representative of Starbucks is here.
Oo.
Pwede natin pagsalita.
First, before, what's your name, ma'am?
Good morning, Honorable Chairman. My name is Angela Cole.
You're a lawyer.
No, I am not. I am the Operations Director for Starbucks Coffee Philippines.
Are you, most of this are franchise or company owned?
Actually, it's all licensees, so one owner under Rostand Coffee.
One license, they are licensed.
Yes,
So
correct.
it's not owned by Starbucks.
We are licensee of Starbucks, but there's not a franchisee, just one licensee owner for all the stores
So they can deny ownership of this.
of Rostand Coffee.
Yeah, because they're just licensing.
We are a licensee, yes.
Precisely. So it's not owned by Starbucks. So you pay licensing fees.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So in your defense,
Yes, allow me. I think I'm a bit of a hot topic today, so thank you very much. So first of all, we are very grateful for this opportunity to help us, obviously, with better implementation. As noted, we fully acknowledge the error in the signage in question, as noted above,
which
is right there.
which branch is that?
Based on the picture, there's no way for me to find out which
Of
branch.
course
is
you
that.
investigated.
Yes.
I want
we
you to
actually-
identify that.
We fully acknowledge and really remain.
So it's in all your stores.
Yeah, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
And then
And, we remain steadfast in extending privileges as intended. Allow me to share, to be assured with everyone here, Starbucks has always and will continue to extend full discount privileges to the senior citizen for their personal use and enjoyment of our honored and valued senior citizen and PWD customers. For specific to the signage, it was not properly worded, and we are taking full accountability and acknowledge the mistake. And we are really disappointed at the confusion that we had caused because of the erroneous signage. The signage was immediately removed, and it was immediately removed, and the guideline never followed. So we remain steadfast in ensuring and extending the privileges as intended in all our stores throughout the Philippines.
So as penance,
Starbucks for everyone, no? To our fathers, thank you. Please
so
be
declare
assured.
tomorrow as PWD and Senior Citizen Day. Will you?
Please be
Para
assured that
makabawi.
in
So you don't repeat it
that is correct, and I assure you, as representative of Starbucks Coffee
because you don't
Philippines,
put that without any intention.
that correct. Agreed.
So
And
I want to address the intention.
Yes, first of all, our employees nationwide are fully empowered to address each situation appropriately. As such, for us, customer service is paramount, most especially as we extend discounts to our very valued senior citizen and PWD customers.
Sir Chair, follow up lang po.
Yes, France.
Sige, tanggap naman yung explanation, pero
Ay, that's
bakit niyo naman ginawa yun?
Yes,
Ano rationale naglagay kayo ng ganyan? Kasi you should know, di ba?
Yes,
So,
correct.
Hindi pwedeng sabihin nyo lang na tatanggalin namin yan or ano. Yung
Yes.
damage, I mean, yung ano, Mr. Chair, ano, yung damage na ano dito sa ng mga senior citizen. 'Di ba? Na actually ang mahal-mahal nga talaga ng kape nyo no? Tapos yung ating mga senior citizen, ayaw nyo pang bigyan ng discount. So kailangan ano no, eto, Mr. Chair, yung ginagawa natin, parang pinopromote pa natin sila, no? Pero anyway, so dapat hindi nila ginawa. So tanong ko lang, bakit ginawa nyo po yun? Kasi sabi nyo, lahat ng establishment naglagay ng ganyan.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Thank you very
kung
much.
wala pang sigurong citizen na nag-complain, senior citizen na nag-complain kay ano no, kay speaker, so hindi nyo pa gagawin yan. So bakit nyo po nilagay yun?
It was an error. Our signage was not properly worded. So we acknowledge our mistake and really disappointed at really the confusion that we have caused. Originally, it was in response to our employees asking for a suggested approach. However, as mentioned, we fully comply and award senior citizens we fully comply and value our senior citizen and our PWD customers. And we extend the discount as a privilege to them, without hesitation, most especially if it is for the personal consumption.
Thank you, ma'am. Alam niyo, ma'am, kung hindi niyo binawi, inumpisahan ko na. I-boycott ang Starbucks. Totoo po yun.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you, sir.
because it's
one
the
last,
Chair, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
may I address to the representative of the Starbucks here to please immediately remove all the
Okay,
signage and issue press release rectifying the error, if that would be possible, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Confirming that actually immediately upon even the first upon the first complaint, we immediately removed the signage and it was not followed. As for the press release, there has been a press release already.
May I have a copy of the press release?
Yes, we will forward.
No, there. Here. I'm
Ah.
sure it's in your Facebook.
Yes, we will provide that, Mr. Chair.
No, para we can dispose of your issues. Okay.
Okay. Yes,
Are you willing to declare a senior citizen?
of course. Please feel free. For us, service is really paramount. That is what Starbucks is all about.
So bukas, libre sila lahat?
I don't know about the Libre, but we will be more than happy to extend the discount that is rightfully to value our both senior citizen and our PWD customers.
Di ganun ang lalabas. Yung binili nila, plus one drink. Malala nyo na kasalanan nyo. Plus one drink. Plus one drink and one. Wag naman meal, one croissant lang. Okay lang ba sa inyo? Senior citizen, tsaka PWD bukas, buy one, take two.
DTI is right beside me.
Hindi ako titigil hanggat hindi nyo pinagsisisihan yan. Ha? Otherwise, we just have to go with the natural process, which is really to prosecute Rustan's Coffee Corporation. Yes, ma'am. It is a violation and therefore, it is a case. Mapagpatawad lang mga Pilipino. But I want here's really an exemplary action on your part na pinagsisisihan nyo yung ginawa nyo. Anong percent? Ano, ayaw mo? Would you like me to send letter to Rustan's Coffee Corporation seeking
We will definitely,
that it should be addressed
yes, we will definitely note your very valuable feedback.
substantially, not in words.
Yes.
Sorry is not enough. 28 days to February 14. Alam mo yung gross nyo is 43%. So in other words, ang add-on nyo is about 60. So that's nothing. At sa uuga-uga na mga to, hindi to makakapunta ng Rustan. Tsaka dadami volume nyo, buy one, take one. Halos yan, libre na eh. You look at it, you run the numbers. So I'll take that and I will wait for your answer of a buy one, take one. Not a buy one, take one. One croissant plus one drink for all senior citizens on top of their
Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, aside from Starbucks, but may we ask assistance from DTI also kasi may mga store po, Your Honor, na one visit per day lang po talagang inaalaw ng iba't ibang mga stores.
One visit per day.
One discount per visit per day po. So if twice ka po pumunta sa store,
that's a violation.
once lang po sila magbibigay ng discount. So if kami rin po sa PIDAO, so para matulungan din po kami, we would like to ask assistance to DTI to clarify this matter. Like for example, sa malls din po, ganun din po yung aming observation po. So thank you po.
Okay. May I just ask for you to complete your our associations.
Okay.
Sige.
To our associations and business establishments, it might also be better if you have some sort of training or policy for billing when dealing with senior citizens and PWDs. For example, in the case of the over-the-counter payments, before issuing the final bill, you could potentially present them with computations of the discounts they can avail using their senior citizen or PWIDs, vis-a-vis any promotional discounts you offer. For online transactions, perhaps, you could also provide an option to calculate the same. Also, it may be more appropriate to make sure that proofs be presented for any promotion that is approved by the DTI, which they can subsequently verify if legitimate. May we hear from the Hotel and Restaurant Association of the Philippines? Meron.
Okay, may I now start the call. Hotel and Restaurant Association of the Philippines, Eugene T. Yap. Are you here, sir?
Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes. Thank you for coming. Don't worry, I'll not do our stance on you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
The question is, do you train your cashier or your on the billing system accounting for the discounts?
yes, Your Honor, we do train and educate our staff and our managers regarding the discounts po. We continue to do that, and sometimes we also ask the guidance from the barangay
Okay.
and the local government units, Your Honor. Our respective hotels, because our hotels is nationwide. Each hotel and restaurants may have their own policies, but we try to encourage them to seek the help of local barangays and LGUs for guidance also, to maximize the to ensure the discounts to the proper persons, Your Honor.
Thank you. On that point, I recognize Attorney Macalental if he has anything to say with that.
Well, thank you very much, Your Honor, for giving us the opportunity to say something about certain violations committed by certain establishments pertaining to the rights and benefits of senior citizens and PWDs. The most often reason of the firms in denying this SC and PW discount is that their rate is already on promo. And this is very, very prevalent in hotels and lodging establishments. And you will notice that every time you check in, you will ask them how much is the rate. They will tell you 7,000 pesos is our rate. What about it if I am a senior citizen? Oh no, sir, this is already on promo. Laging sinasabi lang naka-promo sila. I'd like to remind the establishments that as early as October 15, 2014, the Department of Trade and Industry had already ruled in a case that the prohibition on double discounting is applicable only when this establishment's promotion has a DTI permit. Without the DTI permit, the said promo rate is considered as a regular rate, as to which a senior citizen should still be entitled. It means that the promo must be approved by the DTI. Otherwise, any firm conducting a promo without permit from the DTI will violate Article 116 of Republic Act 7394 or the Consumer Act of the Philippines, which carries the penalty of a fine and imprisonment. Only recently, the Pasig City Prosecutor's Office filed criminal cases against the President and Finance Director of a five-star hotel in Pasig City for denying an elderly her senior discount on its hotel rate, claiming it was on promo.
Anong hotel yan?
Can I say that the hotel? Sir?
This
Marco Polo Hotel in Ortigas, Pasig. It claimed that the rate was on promo, but as alleged by the complainant and found by the investigating prosecutor, the said promo had no permit from DTI, and therefore the discount should still be granted the senior citizen. The case is now pending before the Pasig City Metropolitan Trial Court, and a warrant of arrest had already been issued against the said officials of Marco Polo Hotel. The senior citizen also filed a petition at the office of Mayor Vico Soto to revoke the business permit of the said hotel. The revocation of the permit is one of the penalties provided for under Republic Act 19994 against establishments violating the rights of a senior citizen. The said petition is now pending before the office of Mayor Vico Soto, and we are awaiting a show cause order to be issued by the business permit of Pasig City of Mayor's office anytime today. I am fully aware of this case, Your Honor, because I am the lawyer of the complainant. Now, another issue, which is the concern also of some senior citizens, is the requirement imposed by some local government units that senior citizens must be registered voters before they could qualify to receive benefits as senior citizens. I brought this matter to the attention of the Honorable Secretary of the DILG, Secretary Benhur Abalos, that such requirement is a violation of one's right to register or not to register as a voter. Registration of voter is not mandatory, but it is only voluntary. And I am glad that Secretary Abalos issued the corresponding memorandum circular on March 17, 2023, and he immediately furnished me a copy thereof. And this circular directed all local government officials to refrain from requiring senior citizens to register as voters before they could get senior benefits. But despite the circular, I still receive several complaints from senior citizens that they are still required by the concerned LGUs to register as voter before they could get SC benefits. Many establishments also are still denying some senior benefits of their discounts on the purchase of vitamins and mineral supplements. The problem on this issue is because in the provisions of previous IRR of RA 9994 did not contain any provision on vitamins and mineral supplements. Ito po kasi ay nakaligtaan ng DOH nung gumawa sila ng circular on the definition of medicines. The law is very clear that medicines include vitamins and mineral supplements, but vitamins and mineral supplements were not included in the IRR. Sometime in 2020, I brought this matter to the attention of DOH Secretary Duque, and I am glad that Secretary Duque issued the corresponding circular and administrative order directing all establishments dispensing medicines to give or grant senior citizens the discount of 20%. Matagal na po itong na-implement. Meron ng FDA advisory na issue, pero hanggang ngayon, hindi rin ito na-implement ng mga establishments. Yung mga healthy options, yung mga iba pang mga pinibilhan natin mga food supplements, minsan hindi nabibigay. The only requirement for vitamins and mineral supplements for us senior citizens to get discount is to get a prescription from our doctors that the said vitamins and mineral supplements are necessary for the protection of our health. Lastly, Your Honor, this issue which I'd like to address to this honorable committee is that the honorable committee should look into the revival of the grant of discounts to senior citizens and PWDs on toll fees using RFIDs or the radio frequency identification on skyways and expressways. You know, in the previous laws, specifically Republic Act 9357, enacted in 2004, that law granted 20% discount to senior citizens in skyways. But that law was repealed or amended by 9994 in 2010. And under 9994, the word skyways was deleted. In the case of PWDs, under RA 9442, they were also granted discounts on skyways, but the word skyways was also deleted when Congress enacted RA 14754 in 2016. And when I brought this matter before the Toll Regulatory Board, I was advised by the Toll Regulatory Board that senior citizens and PWDs are not entitled to RFID discounts because it was not intended by Congress to give them the discounts. That was the very wording. I was surprised to note how Congress abandoned the senior citizens on this matter. Yes, sir, I'd like to pardon the word, but Congress, the lawmakers, abandoned us when you deleted the word skyways on the provisions on the grant of senior benefits. That was the very wording of the Toll Regulatory Board. It was not the intention of the lawmakers to grant PWDs and senior citizens discounts on RFIDs. And for this matter, Your Honor, I respectfully appeal again to the Honorable Committee and to all the lawmakers, representatives, and senators that this particular laws be revived and that the word skyways and expressways be included again in the amendatory law that this honorable committee might recommend. Thank you very much and good morning.
On advisement.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The question is simple, no? What are these business groups that are essentially being catered to by the senior citizen and PWDs? So, yung hotel and restaurant now will go to the drugstore. Is there anyone from drugstore? Mercury is around.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You or him?
I'm the
Sige, drugstore, DSAP.
Good morning, Your Honor. Vicente Briones, the President of the Drugstores Association of the Philippines. So, with the request of the Honorable beside you, di ko lang po makita yung pangalan na, for our establishment having a policy on discounting of senior citizen and PWD. Actually, some of our members naman po are naka-POS. So, automatic naman po sa POS yung senior citizen discount. For the majority po sa amin na hindi pa naka-POS, we do have trainings po.
May mga reklamo about South Star?
Your Honor, Mercury Drug po ang meron po sa amin.
Ako wala akong reklamo. I always get my discounts. So, para lang may I ask Pidaw, what's the problem with Mercury?
Meron po, Your Honor, na mga persons with disability na nag-present po ng ID nila, but yung kanilang booklet po is either nawala or not available at the time of purchase. So they were did not allow po to get the discount because of that.
Ano binibili?
Medicine po, Your Honor.
Mga pampaganda.
Medicine po, Your Honor.
How many instances is that? No, I'm not being biased, but I buy so many.
We will review, Your Honor. We will send po the.
Mga ilan yan?
We will review, Your Honor. As
Can
I
you just give me the list so they can correct it? Because my personal experience with Mercury is that I always get my discount. Baka kilala nila ako pero
we will get all the information, even the branch, Your Honor. Thank you po.
Bakit hindi na lang nyo i-digitalize para wala na booklet? Ano yan? Meron kayong suki card, something?
Good morning, Chairman. Now for Mercury Drug, now we have the Suki Senior Card that is for the convenience of the senior citizens. That is to do away with the requirements of the booklet and the ID, because we at our branches we do not want any inconvenience with the senior or the PWD. So that's why the recommendation a while ago to have a QR code on the ID or of the senior citizens is very much welcome to us. No, because digitization is in trend.
Tinatanggap mo ba yan na may mga reklamo laban sa inyo?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. We duly answer any complaints or misunderstanding about the
May
implementation.
pending complaints ba laban sa kanila, Pidaw? Baka kurit lang ka mo ng kurit ng reklamo tapos pag nasusot, kurit pa din.
Your Honor, ang process po namin is we investigate po the complaint. Even po our BPLD also.
May first recognize our senior citizen, Gus Tambunting, Ambrosio Cruz. So everybody's here now. You can just imagine. I think 60% of Congress is So there is undue interest in this hearing.
Mr. Chair, may tanong po ako. Mr. Chair.
So tatanggalin niyo na yung presentation ng booklet, ha?
If the senior citizen has a Suki Senior Card, Your Honor, because right now we are, of course, because of the lack of legislation, if the if the senior citizen has availed our senior Suki senior card and he has still an OSCA ID, so they can both use that ID. So our purpose is to have a control.
So ano gusto mo,
Monitoring,
Pidaw?
control.
Tanggalin na yung ano? Parang tapos-tapos.
Sir, by law, the bearer po just need to present po the ID to be able po na eligible
Can you
po siya to get
issue
the
that
discount.
policy, Manuel? Tell your boss.
Your Honor, because we are following the guidelines issued by the Department of Health regarding sa
DOH, may
requirements.
ganun ba kayo na may mga ano?
Booklet,
May
prescription.
booklet pa kayo?
Magandang umaga po, Chair. Yung booklet po ay nagkaroon kami ng mga konsultasyon sa kanila. Ang mercury drug ay isa doon na nagbigay sa amin ng paliwanag na kailangan yung booklet para ma-monitor ang
Alam mo,
gamot
gusto ko
na
malaman
binibili.
Pandemic
Subalit sa aming pong guideline, ang booklet ay para lamang sa over-the-counter. Hindi po rin sa prescription drugs kasi may prescription na ron. Yun ay dapat tanggapin ng mercury drug at iba pang parmasiya at ilalagay lang doon kung yun ay na-fill up, may partial lang ba yun at hindi nangangailangan po
So we
ng
need to
booklet.
simplify, sir. Do you really
Opo.
need that booklet? Can we do away with it?
We can do away with it. Nagkaroon po ng mga rekomendasyon na halimbawa na i-digitalize. Kaya lang kami
Digitalizing the booklet?
hindi digital na po para nang sa ganon wala nang dalang booklet. Kaya lang sabi namin parang may booklet ka pa rin.
Bakit hindi na lang ID?
Yung ID po sapagkat may binibigay po sa aming report na
2
baka
minutes lang kasi they're serious.
Opo, baka maabuso po lalo na sa over the counter. Kasi yung prescription naman po, hininga naman po ng prescription. Ang magiging challenge po ay doon sa over the counter po.
Over the counter meds.
Opo.
Bakit?
Kasi yun ang
You mean to say they're over the counter meds that are OD?
yung over the counter.
Yeah.
Hindi po dahil sa overdose, ito ay baka magamit sa kalakal po.
What do you mean by kalakal?
Baka bumibili sila ng marami, hindi naman for personal use, yun ang paliwanag sa amin, at ibebenta po nila po ito. Kasi over the counter
sa
po.
prescription, 7 times, 3 times a day, times 7, gano'n.
Ay hindi po, pag over the counter po ay wala naman. Yung over the counter po. At Chairman, gusto ko rin paliwanag dun sa vitamins and minerals. Ang FDA po ay may nilabas po noong 1991 pa, differentiating vitamins and minerals as drug and vitamins and minerals as dietary supplement. So, ibig sabihin nun, kung siya ay drug, kailangan ng prescription. So, kung mag-over the counter ka as dietary supplement, hindi po kasama po yon sa discount po. Maraming salamat po, Chair.
Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes kasi there are
Mr. Chair, one before
I recognize Romy na.
Okay.
Romy, can you do?
Yes, sir. Dahil ko lang sabihin na yung kasing booklet, in fairness to the establishments, kinakailangan na yun para makaka-record doon ilan na nabili, walang overdose. Halimbawa, 10 Viagra lang ang kailangan mo. Kailangan naka-record doon at yun talaga na kukunin mo, baka ma-overdose ka. So, kami mga senior citizen, kailangan yun to protection also, di ba? So, yun ang dahilan kung bakit kinakailangan yung mga booklet na yan. Tsaka isa pa, hindi lamang OSCA ID ang pwedeng gamitin. Sana maalala yan ng mga establishments. Any government-issued ID, paki-recognize nyo yan.
Okay.
Kasi sa Mercury, lalong-lalo na minsan, lagi sinasabi, nasa ng OSCA ID mo. Napakita mo ng OSCA ID, hihinga ka pa ng ibang government-issued ID. So sana, any government-issued ID, but do not recognize IDs issued by organizations because IDs issued by organizations are not government-issued IDs. Minsan, yung mga IDs issued by organizations kung kani-kanino lamang
Oh my
naibibigay.
God.
So please recognize any government-issued IDs. Yun lang,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We now have a pile, Castro, Plato, Vergara.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Oh, Mila, yes. So,
Yes, may I have, just for clarification
yeah.
po.
sige ma'am, you're
yeah.
recognized.
Thank you. I just want to know kung yung mga medical equipments like nebulizer, yung mga pagkuha ng VP, pagkuha ng blood ay entitled sa
Yeah.
discount.
The ruling of the chair is yes.
Yes. O yan, may experience po ako sa Mercury. Bumili ako ng nebulizer. Hindi ako binigyan ng discount.
Kasi hindi mo sinamahan ng salbutamol.
Hindi, bumibili din ako nung salbutamol. Eh wala daw, hindi daw covered ng discount 'yun.
Okay.
Sa Pasig 'yun, sa Pasig.
Okay, Pasig, Mercury.
Yes.
Okay. You can butt in anytime because you're a senior citizen. Now may France. After
Thank
France
you.
is NCDA.
Yes.
And
Clarification
then
lang
after
po.
NCDA is Plato, then Vergara.
Clarification lang po, Mr. Chair, kasi may experience din ako dyan sa mercury
Lahat tayo
drug
meron.
para sa tatay ko. So, tatay kong yun may sakit. So, yung mga minerals, yung mga vitamins, excluded siya doon sa, kahit na nakaprescribe na siya, kahit na meron siyang, prescription. So, bakit? Tapos yung mga supplies, like for example, yung catheter, yung syringe na kailangan din. Kasi kapag nasa public hospital ka, Mr. Chair, binibili ng pasyente kahit na yung mga bula. So, hindi nila dinidiscount kahit na nasa prescription yon. So, hindi kasama yon? Kasi tinatanggal nila yung sa discount ng senior citizen, Mr. Chair. Sa Mercury, experience ko po yan. So, yon. Pangalawa, yung po bang, Mr. Chair, yung mga maliliit na butika, pharmacy, sinasabi nila exempted sila doon sa VAT at saka doon sa discount.
Hindi.
So, hindi sila nagbibigay ng discount.
Can
Yun
you
din
name
mga
names?
maliliit na groceries, mga grocery, hindi supermarket or hindi mall, hindi sila nagbibigay din ng discount. So, yun yung tanong natin sa ating so sa Mercury, Mr. Chair, so bakit yung mga supplies kahit na nakalagay doon sa prescription ng senior citizen ay tinatanggal ninyo doon sa Tapos yung Suki card, kasi alam ko lang naman yun, discount card naman ng Suki. So hindi naman yun yung kapantay nung discount na kailangan ng
You want answers?
So, yes, Sir Chair.
Okay, Manuel?
Thank you, Congressman. So the first question is regarding the medical devices. So under the law, if the medical devices has prescription, it should be given discount. So I would like to know the particular case so we can handle it or make necessary action regarding the matter. So any complaints and feedback is welcome to Mercury Drug regarding the compliance with the senior citizen law and PWD. And then in the vitamins and minerals, as explained by Yusek Tayag, there is a distinction between food supplement, dietary, vitamins and minerals. And in fact, we have a clarification letter with then Director General Domingo of the FDA regarding the giving of discount for the food supplement that is not included in the law. So based on that clarification letter, we do not give discount for the dietary supplements because it is considered a food, not medicine. And as I believe the Congress has a pending bill regarding that for the supplements.
Nasaan na yun?
Nagkaroon namin ng investigation.
No. But is it for approval na? Nasa plenary?
Wala pa.
Get it to the plenary. Okay, may I recognize
Boss.
No, the inclusion of food supplements.
Boss, may I inform my colleagues that I have already filed
No,
bill.
approve it and send it to my committee.
Yung pong expanding the privilege, yung benefits. Nag-file na po ako yung minerals, vitamins, and food supplements na masama rin sa ating coverage ng senior citizens.
Now, before we call on Plato, we call on NCDA para you can...
Chair, sinabi niyo, nasagot na ba yun? Yung mga maliliit na grocery, yung mga maliliit na butika, exempted ba sila?
Maliliit na grocery at saka butika, they will give discount but they cannot give VAT exemption because they don't have VAT.
Okay.
They're VAT exempt already under the law.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Chair.
Yes.
So if I may, regarding the implementation of the discount Suki card. The Suki card is not a discount card but a rebate card for the points.
Parang points
So
lang.
it is not a discount because it is voluntarily given to the Suki of our customers, loyal customers. And it is not purchased. So it is not a discount card. Then, Your Honor, in the implementation of the senior and PWD law, we would like also to ask that the data regarding the senior citizens ID, because in comparison with the PWD law, the PWD law, the NCDA has a centralized data of its members, so we can check whether the PWD is legitimate PWD, whereas in the senior citizens,
Madali.
there are many kinds of IDs.
Yeah, but you just have to look at the
age.
The birthday.
But sometimes, Your Honor, they are buying with representatives. And I handled a case, Your Honor, 2004 regarding a unscrupulous individual carrying so many kinds of IDs of senior citizens just to have it traded with other drugstores in Valenzuela, Your Honor. So, yes, Your Honor, it was... Unfortunately, when that person was buying, there was a policeman also buying. So he was apprehended immediately in Valenzuela. So that is the purpose of the purchase booklet, to monitor if there is abuses, because we believe that it is also a civic duty of the establishment in giving the discount, that because the senior every discount, the 20% discount is a treatment of that treatment is tax deduction. That is 30% of the 20% is given back to the establishment. So it means that if the illegitimate transaction is allowed by a establishment, then it will be an illegal deduction on the coffers of the government. So that is why it is also, we took it apart that we observe diligently the requirements of the law. If it is not given to us the requirements, then we do not give discount, Your Honor.
So, if you're so law abiding, ba't ayaw niyo mag-list sa stock market?
I do not know, Your Honor.
Para you're fully transparent in your financials. It's okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I will buy. Don't worry. So may I recognize another senior citizen, Congressman Joseph Gilbert Pilago. NCDA, please make it short. Kailangan ko pa pagbigyan yung representative ng disability ng PWD namin. Is NCDA around?
Your Honor.
Ma'am, you're recognized. What's your name?
I'm Attorney Rhea Ramos from NCDA. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good
You're
morning.
the chairperson?
No, I'm the Chief of the Programs Management Division.
Okay.
So I would just like to address some of the issues raised a while ago. So to address the issue of PIDAO regarding the question addressed to DTI on purchase on the same day, actually the IRR of RA 10754 expanding the benefits for PWD specifically states here that for purchases within the same day, they should still be granted the same benefits. So
Okay.
it should not be an issue. And then, Your Honor, a while ago, you were asking for a number of complaints. Actually, at NCDA, we have a disaggregated data. So specific to discounts last year, there were a total of 154 complaints. However, if you would like specific per industry, we can provide that for you, because a while ago you were asking if there were complaints against South Star, against Mercury. There are some. So, but I believe the drugstores comply naman when we write to them. So we can provide Congress that disaggregated data. And we would also want to promote, we recently launched the training course online. This is with regard to your question addressed to the hotels, if they train their staff when it comes to the benefits and privileges of senior citizens and persons with disabilities. So I guess this applies to all industries. If you want training for your staff, we have online courses. They're all for free. They're available at ncdacourses.online. So you can just have your staff trained through this online portal, so that we can avoid incidences like what brought us here today. So that's all. Thank you, Your Honor.
You don't want us to do anything?
Of course, we would very much
So
appreciate.
what is it that you want us to do?
Perhaps, Your Honor, some of the recommendations you've already suggested a while ago, they're excellent recommendations. Like, for example, harmonizing the privileges of the different vulnerable sectors, so there would be less confusion, because there, like as you've shown a while ago, there are some discrepancies. So that's something we can work on. And also, as mentioned by the good commissioner from NCSC, the enforcement task force, wherein we really employ the whole of government approach and ensuring that all laws for persons with disabilities.
Can you file a case?
A case, Your
You
Honor?
have a personality to file a case?
Your Honor, based on EO 709, we do not have that personality right now.
So that's one thing more.
That's another thing, Your Honor. We would appreciate that if you would have that.
So ano yung you have a chairman?
We are chaired by the Secretary of DSWD, so Secretary Rex Gatchalian, Your Honor, as an attached agency of DSWD.
Okay, now, so thank you. Can you provide us with a position paper plus, of course, a listing of all the complaints?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, right now we have copies of all the letters, the
Do you have
complaints
complaints
answered
against
last
South Star?
year. Yes, a few.
Is South Star here?
Uh,
I keep hearing that name. You want to speak for South Star?
I know.
Now, so may I recognize Congressman Plato for his questions? You're listed. Then after that, Ria, and then after that, of course, is
Thank you, Mr.
the
Chair.
sponsorship remarks of
Yun lang gusto ko
Pinawali Congresswoman Zamora.
Meron lang ako itatanong sana.
Sige lang.
Should the sales promos applied all year round be allowed by DTI?
Should promo?
Yeah, all year.
Do you allow year-round promo?
Mr. Chair, thank you for the question. The application for the sales promo, Mr. Chair, the merchant, the establishment has to indicate the specific period. So if the period that they apply for is, for example, 365 days, then they have to make sure that they have to be able to commit to providing the promo, Mr. Chair.
We have here that says that you maximum of 1 year, but it's allowed.
As I mentioned, Mr. Chair, there has to be the
Yeah, there's to be specific dates.
yes, Mr. Chair.
The
Specific date.
duration
Yes, Mr. Chair.
of up to 1 year.
I will have to check for the with the appropriate division, Mr. Chair.
Sit in paper. All right. Anyway, it's not in paper pala. Yes, Plato.
Kanina, Mr. Chairman, nabanggit mo na sa air ay may discount na. How about sa land? Wala yata sa land?
Sa land?
Yeah.
Sarap sanang bigyan niya. Pero meron dito is sa land, yung mga nagsiservice sa kanila, meron silang real estate, real property tax, RPT,
Holiday.
holiday.
Thank you.
You want it? I want it. You want it? When you filed it. So everybody must share. So after Plato, may I now recognize Ria, the most brilliant congresswoman
Chair.
of Central Luzon,
I'd just like to point out that while I'm
the Queen of Gapan.
glad that the QC is addressing the fraudulent persons with disability claims, I think we need to amend the law because I take myself as an example. 2 years ago, I sprained my ankle and I was wearing a cast for 6 months. I was able to obtain a person with disability card valid for 5 years. But after 6 months, my cast was removed, but my PWD card was still valid for another 4.5 years. And so I think, Mr. Chair, we have to amend the law, although the DOH issued an AO specifically stating what's an orthopedic long-term disability. The law just says orthopedic and physical disabilities such as losing function of your limbs already qualifies you as a PWD. So that's subject to abuse.
I think sa IR na lang.
Not
I
the
think,
law, Mr.
oo.
Chair.
Pero kasi,
But di ba the
ang-
IRR follows the law.
yes, but the default is, of course, you favor the disadvantaged. Baka you might be, disenfranchising those who need. Of course, you don't need that, but
No, but not me. For instance, if someone who's 25 also breaks his knee, and then after 3 or 7 months, he's okay na. He gets discounts pa for another 4
yeah, I
years.
think the IR nga can be so, that there can be temporary disability for like 6 months, 1 year. I don't know.
Right.
DOH,
Because-
you have something like that? Like kung paminsan-minsan hanggang 6 months lang naman.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, ma'am. Ang classification ng
Pag in-log ka hanggang 6 months lang.
persons with
disability.
disability nasa PIDAW po yun at yun ay binibigay lang sa amin as a matter of the registration ng may PWD. So kung nabigyan kayo ng ID kahit temporary na yung disability at saka yung validity ay abot sa lampas pa ron sa recovery nyo po, that ID remains valid.
So it's subject to abuse.
Subject to abuse.
Yes. So that's why, Mr. Chair. Also, if I may go to another area,
Yeah.
in our Section 25 of the Republic Act number 11215 or the National Integrated Cancer Control Act, we give discounts to cancer survivors.
Or what?
We give their cancer survivors are considered persons with disability.
Okay.
So
all everything under PWDs.
yes, I mean, according to the Department of Health or the U.S. Department of Health, 8 out of 10 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. That's how prevalent it is. I speak about myself. I got cancer 23 years ago, and I'm fine, and I don't
So
see
only
how.
rich people survive.
No, no. What I mean is, sir, cancer survivors, we should qualify that after having been diagnosed with cancer and after 5 years, if there's no recurrence, then they should be taken off that pool na. So that so that we're not, everyone na lang that gets cancer at the age of 40, and then you have discounts na for forever. If you live till 90, I know, sir.
Okay.
That's something we can refine further. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ria. Very cogent. Now we go to Congresswoman Bel Zamora Hornado. Finally, I know your surname.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This in relation to the PWD cards, PWD IDs. Attorney Ramos, maybe be briefed on measures undertaken by the government agencies to address alleged prevalence of illegally obtained IDs and sale of fake IDs also.
Thank you, Your Honor. Actually, we have a sample case. We can furnish Congress with the documentation. For example, we received a report that allegedly in Manila, like there's someone selling soft copy of the PWD ID for a fee like 650 pesos and then a little bit more expensive for a hard copy. So what we did was we wrote to Pidao, Manila, addressed to the city of the mayor, and then they also furnished us with a response. So what they did was they sent it to their investigation unit. 7 suspects were apprehended, but I think only 2 were penalized. We can provide Congress with a copy of with the documentation of that. But so that's just as a specific example. But to answer in general terms, what we do is that whenever we receive complaints, we forward it to the appropriate office. I believe there's also another instance in QC. So we convened with QC Pidao at the time to resolve also the issue and to investigate the same, especially considering that it's the LGUs who have control, especially over those who are issuing these alleged fake IDs.
Okay. You mentioned that 2 were penalized. May I know what kind of penalty the office meted out on those 2?
Sorry, I stand corrected. 4. I'll read a copy of the response from the city of Manila. So towards the end, they said that 7 suspects were brought by the officers for investigation at Manila City Hall. However, only 4 arrested suspects were subject for inquest and presently detained at the SMART office. And then they attached a copy of the fake PWD ID. So that's the latest report we received on the matter, Your Honor.
So, ma'am, for any complaints that you receive, you forward the same to the PIDAO office of the respect of the involved city.
When it comes to the issue of fake IDs, yes. But when it comes to other issues, for example, the non-issuance of discounts, we take it upon ourselves to also notify the complained establishment to appraise them of the fact that someone is complaining, and then to appraise them of the proper application of discounts, or, for example, if it's a case of discrimination, like making ridicule or fun of a person with disability, then we write to them accordingly also.
Okay. Let me go to my next question. This is addressed to the DSWD. What actions have you taken regarding the alleged violations of the PWD law as regards not following or not honoring the IDs that PWD presents?
Thank you, ma'am. As mentioned a while ago, there is an existing joint memorandum circular 01 series of 2022 among DTI, DSWD, NCSC, NCDA, DOH, DILG, and BIR. So, in cases of complaint for refusal to grant the statutory privilege, the guidelines provide that it should be subject to mediation at the level of the OSCA if it's senior citizens issue, or at the PIDAO if it's persons with disability. And in the absence of any PIDAO or OSCA, it shall be handled by the local social welfare development office. And then if mediation fails, then it should be now ripe for filing with the prosecutor's office. So with particular reference to your question, ma'am, since the guidelines provide that procedure and to correct the information given by the DTI a while ago, the DSWD is actually not in the picture. So the guidelines are quite clear on this.
Thank you, sir. So, should we or do we inform, for example, the PWDs that they have they can resort to that complaining to their PWD office, and then that's the procedure that will happen?
Yes, ma'am. In the DSWD, we have the grievance redress mechanism or the complaint intake mechanism, where all complaints or grievances, as we term it, are acted upon. But basically, the action on the complaint is to refer it to the appropriate office. So that's how we resolve complaint of those nature, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That's all.
Thank you, Babel. Specifically one unit just for all these three sectors.
Yes, sir. Right now, it's being handled by our Program Management Bureau. It's all sectors.
When will you mainstream that?
Your Honor, the
Guys
sectors
will never disappear.
Yeah, the sectors.
How they will?
The sectors are being handled by the specific government agencies. For seniors, we're thankful that NCSC is now.
Why don't you mainstream them?
Yeah, we do cooperate.
So
sir.
who handles NCDA and NSSC and CSC? Ikaw ang ano nun? Do they fall under your supervision?
No, sir. The NCSC is not part of the attached and supervised agencies of the.
We will put them under you.
As mentioned by the secretary, you have no objection. So,
The
but
NCDA is under.
NCDA is under our jurisdiction. So we.
Alright, they have access to your resources.
Yes, sir. We do provide technical assistance, as we term it, to the sector, but not that much. Any funding would be most welcome.
Okay, thank you. We received complaints also somewhere here a lot before we have meetings, we have preparatory hearings. So is Goldilocks around? I said that your interpretation of the law is one slice for every cake.
Yeah.
I would like to know whether that's as innovative as Starbucks. Goldilocks. In order to free ourselves of any further doubts, Romy, can you please exonerate Sofitel?
No, the case against Sofitel, which I brought, I think about 7 years ago, had been settled amicably, Your Honors, and we were very satisfied with the settlement made by Sofitel. And as a matter of fact, we became good friends with its former general manager, Mr. Laker. And if only all
Is he around?
No, Mr. Laker is not around. He was the former general manager. If only all establishments would be like Sofitel, I think senior citizens and PWDs would not have any problem. Because from our experience with Sofitel, they recognize immediately the issue and they immediately apologize to the senior citizen. As a matter of fact, they gave a total about 70% discount to senior citizens in on that particular date. They gave a very special day for senior
gayahin
citizens.
mo, Goldilocks.
Talagang and
Starbucks.
the Sofitel was very, very apologetic, and by way of compensating or to assuage whatever damages suffered by the seniors, an event was even held by the Sofitel in favor of the senior citizens, where about 300 senior citizens were invited, almost 70% discount given to the senior citizens. And they were treated with concert by the Sofitel management. And if the management of Sofitel is around, thank you very much. And I hope Starbucks will follow suit. Thank you, sir.
Did that, yung discount kasama yung spiral?
Oh, yes. In the spiral, they also give that, Your Honors.
I'm always there. Anyway, may I recognize, because you're properly, that we take cognizance of the positive and affirmative action that you have done. And I would like to recognize Mr. Luke Groves of Sofitel Philippines Plaza. Sir, you can just a few comments. Anyway, he spoke for you already. You have a spokesperson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is the first time I would meet the gentleman, Your Honor.
Yes, of course. I'm actually quite new to the property, but I am actually familiar with that case from the past, and also very glad to hear today the positive reputation that we have amongst the committee here and amongst the public. And also, thank you for welcoming me here today.
Philippine Plaza your only property here, managed by Accord? You're from Accord.
Here today, yes, that's right.
Yeah. I used to have shares.
Oh, okay, great. And to those who actually do have a senior card, let me point out at the moment we have a special promotion until June, 30% discounts in Spiral.
Have you heard what was discussed that you cannot use that we will still impose the 20% on top of your 30%?
It's been registered with DTI. The terms are very specific. Where we have increased the discount from 20 to 30% in Spiral until June. And we've extended it to other members of the table.
Discount for Spiral?
The which?
30?
30 in Spiral until June.
Why don't you just say 1,200 rather than 30 or anything?
Not quite, but thank you for the invitation today and to represent as a resource. We certainly do all of our steps necessary in training to uphold the discount. I would be remiss if I didn't mention, however, the challenges that we do have operationally, often enforcing the policy. This is only purely due to the complex nature of our pricing strategies, particularly when it comes to accommodation. We have representation on multiple platforms, partnerships, memberships, loyalty programs, not just regionally, but globally. Often with a hotel stay, it's not similar to retail in a sense that the booking, the confirmation, the consumption of our service and the payment may take place within different companies, with different agents. Therefore,
so in other words, you're talking about complication of booking under Expedia, for example?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you book through Expedia or let's say booking.com, a platform we use to generate business, we provide them with a 20% commission, up to 20%. That booking then comes to us, and then there's a further discount for seniors, which is getting to a point in which that the margins, of course, are not feasible. And then we cannot, of course, act on their behalf. But this is something that does come up. If it's a promotion that we're running, we're always registered with DTI.
Is there
Your Honor.
Yes. How can I solve this problem?
I apologize, Your Honor.
You don't know how to solve it.
No, Your Honor. We didn't hear the question, Your Honor.
Ganito, pag ako nag-book sa sa Expedia, may 20% na sila na rebate. So ngayon, pagpunta nung senior citizen, pagpunta niya dyan, i-claim niya yung Expedia niya, hihingi pa siya ng 20. So ngayon, parang hindi na nila kayang ibigay. O mali yata yung sa DTI ko dapat itanong yun.
I think there's something wrong with that because the customer or the senior citizen does not know anything about the contract between the hotel and and the moment a senior citizen goes online, he does not know if there is any contract between Expedia and the hotel. So that's a matter between the hotel and Expedia. But the moment the senior citizen checks in and pays, then he should be still entitled to the 20% discount because the law does not provide any exception to the said discount to be enjoyed by the senior citizen.
Your
recognized groups.
If I may, how to explain with Expedia, a third party, if they are the seller of the room, which they are, then they should be the one providing the discount. would it not be fair that for us as a business to provide the discount that they book with us? Why book with a third party? Why not book directly with our hotel? A travel agent that is a business that needs to earn money themselves.
It's groups.
I believe it's
My experience is it's cheaper with them than with you.
some hotels are different. We uphold what we call rate parity, so our public price with the
Can I
hotel.
look at your booking page?
Absolutely.
And then just look for that button of PWD and you're absolved and senior citizen.
On no third party agent, you will see that.
But I think it's only for the Philippines, no? You don't face that same problem in other place.
Even our website's a global platform, but directly with the hotels within our control. If you're booking and paying with us, it's very easy for us to provide the 20% discount as
I know.
intended.
You just put the two buttons.
The which?
The two buttons. Are you PWD or are you
Yeah.
senior citizen?
There's always that type of option when it's directly with the hotel. Phone, email, in person. That's on any of these large multi-hotel platform websites that operate globally. You will not find something specific to Philippines.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. May I recognize another senior citizen, Congressman Eulogio R. Rodriguez of the 1st District of the Lone District of Catanduanes. Nasa Zoom. So may I now recognize Congressman Gus Tambunting? Of course, you're a senior citizen.
Hindi pa po.
Okay.
Hindi pa po, pero malapit na ho. Magandang umaga po sa ating sa mga bisita na nandito, kay Atty. Romy na nandito na lagi po nasa lungsod ng Parañaque. Marami pong kliyente kasi doon yun eh. Ako po ay nalulungkot dahil ako po ay talagang sumadyat pumunta rito. So I really had to attend this meeting because usapin po ng senior citizen, especially pag naargambyado po sila, ako po ay concerned. Dahil ako po ay hindi ko maisisilang sa mundong ito kung hindi po dahil sa mga senior citizen. Dahil ako po ay panganay na apo ng isang dating reyna ng pelikulang Tagalog. Ang aking lola, ang nanay ng aking ama, ay ang dating unang artista ng LVN na si Mila Del Sol. Ako po nag-alaga sa lola ko. Ba't ako'y nagtataka? Meron pa kayong, parang nagtataka yata kayo. Ako po ay panganay niyang apo. At ako po nag-alaga sa kanya hanggang siya ay tinawag na ni Lord 3 years ago at the age of 97. No? Sa akin ho nakatira at sa aking ama dahil ang ama ko nga ang panganay na anak. Ang una po na pangasawa niya ay Tambunting. Tapos naghiwalay, pangasawa si Yang, kaya na may John Yang kung naalala nyo. Tiya ko naman yon. Kaya wag na kayo magtaka kung ba't magandang lalaki. Si Gas Tambunting, ha? Wag na kayo magtaka. Anyway, alam po ninyo, malungkot dahil ang lumalabas ay meron po tayong ginagawa. There are moves by different establishments to shortchange the senior citizens of our country. The law naman is clear. May mga abogado naman itong mga kumpanyang to kung bakit they have to resort to all of this. And it's really, and I'm sure this is not only happening with Starbucks, Goldilocks, kung totoo yan, at ito yung nangyayari din sa mga areas out of the urban centers. Mas mahirap habulin yun. Ano? So my first question to DTI is, una, ano po ang proseso natin pag ikaw ay senior citizen na at PWD pa? Ano pong nangyayari? Ano pong benepisyo nun? Who's gonna answer? Neda?
NCDA.
NCDA, I'm sorry.
Opo. So if a person is both a senior citizen and a person with disability, we would like to clarify that they're both still entitled to the IDs because there are some I'd like to take this opportunity. Thank you for raising that. There are some LGUs that when someone already has a senior citizen ID or a PWD ID, they won't issue the other already because there's the law on no double discounts. But that's incorrect. You should still issue them the ID, but of course you can only avail of the benefit once. So it cannot be 20% over 20% or a total of 40%. It will still be just the same benefit and privilege, but you're entitled to both IDs if you so wish, because as presented a while ago by the Honorable Representative Salceda, there are still some discrepancies when it comes to the privileges enjoyed by senior citizens and persons with disabilities. So,
What is the discrepancy? I'm sorry, I wasn't here.
yes, sir. There are quite a lot. Well, there are a few.
Which is the bigger discount muna? PWD or
It's the same when it
mamili
comes to
ako,
the
ano
discount.
gagamitin kong ID?
No, it's the same when it comes to the discounts. It's
Oh.
just that there are some benefits available for senior citizens that are not available to persons with disabilities. But for the discounts, they're all the same, Your Honor.
So you cannot use both IDs at the same time.
You cannot use both at the same time, but you're entitled to having both IDs.
Are there plans to streamline and just have a unified ID system if you're both a senior citizen and a PWD? Hindi ba pwedeng isang ID na lang yan? Kasi bibigyan nyo naman pala pareho din. Ang tingin nyo?
We take note of that recommendation, and perhaps it's something that we can discuss with the National Commission on Senior Citizens. But thank you very much for that recommendation.
Sir, DSWD.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. If I may add on the single ID, at least for the beneficiaries of the programs of the DSWD, the thrust is to, as much as possible, use the PhilSys national ID so that there will be no more duplication, and there will be easier beneficiary revalidation, and more importantly, that would ensure data quality of our database. So at least just for the information of the Honorable Congressman, Your Honor.
Were we able to address the issues of the PWDs and the issues of PWDs and senior citizens and the accessibility of this program outside of the urban centers? Ano pong ginagawa po ng gobyerno dyan? Kasi doon sa mga far-flung areas, balita ko, dito sa Metro Manila, alam natin, kasi tayo, kaya alam ang Starbucks, dala tayo, umiinom ng Starbucks. No? Pero doon sa probinsya, sa mga malayang lugar, hindi ko nasusunod dyan.
Thank you, Your Honor. Actually, DSWD conducted a study last year jointly with UNICEF. It's called The Cost of Raising Children with Disabilities. And what you raise now is precisely one of their findings, that with the discount system, with the ID card system, it's mostly those who have the money or who are in urban centers who get to benefit most, because they're the ones who have the money to purchase items in the first place. So having that as a finding in the study last year, so we are now discussing the programs that we can do, direct services, more direct services that will be available in the rural areas, so that those living in rural areas will be not deprived, especially considering that understandably they're the ones who need these services the most.
Well, I hope we move fast on this. Yes. Sorry, Mr. Chair. Somebody's raising.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, Your Honors, on behalf of NCSE, we would like to copy paste the answer of NCDA, except that we hope that there are certain things that the law may be able to improve. One of them, Your Honors, is that the issuance of the ID is not with the NCSE or NCDA. It's with the local government. And so under the law, however, 9994, the DSWD at the time was supposed to be printing the ID for the senior citizens, which the local government would issue. In other words, from that, DSWD is involved for the printing of ID, the local government for the issuance of ID. Right now, it seems that it's no longer being practiced. It's the LGU which is issuing the ID and printing the ID themselves. So I think this is one thing that our Congress may be able to help.
Thank you very much.
Are you okay?
Mr. Chair, I'll limit the questions to that. Marami pa pong katanungan, pero 12 to baka nagugutom na kayo, no? Ako po'y nagpapasalamat na nandito po tayo. At sa ating mahal na speaker na siya pong unang nakapuna po nito. At inaksyonan po agad ni Congressman Joey Salceda bilang chairman ng Ways and Means Committee. sana mabawas-bawasan na po yung pang-argambyado sa ating mga senior citizen. Dahil una-una, medyo nasa boarding gate na ho marami dyan. No? Kailangan ho, wag ho nating pabayaan sila. So maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Ramos, alam mo ba yung natin FIES is distorted? Actually, if you look at it, when we were trying to look at train and create, ang may kaya lang talaga dun is top 20%, the rest of the 80%. So any analysis by UNICEF using the FIES. So you should look at the discount as a default. Wag lang sila malaglag. But direct expenditure by the DSWD will make up for the difference between the lowest 60% and the middle 20%. Kasi if you look at the Philippine society, it's only the top 20% really that has any form of means for a decent living. Any form. We've looked at it so many times because they exclude, they don't, NSCB or PSA does not go inside force, does not go all. So in short, if you look at the way they conduct this survey, na 82,000 lang naman ang ano. So, nadi-distort. Akala mo, pag nasa let's say, decile, ano ka na, decile 7, mayaman ka na. No. If you look at the aggregates, it's low. Therefore, ang sinasabi ko, I wouldn't buy the entire UNICEF disability nexus there. You use the discount really as a default downside protection. And then for DSWD, affirmative action by a budget as a way of making up for, sabi mo, the higher you are in the decile, the more you can buy and the more you can have a discount. But kaya nga, mayroon tayong malaking budget para sa DSWD to make up for the difference between the middle decile 7 and 8 and the decile 1 to 6. Very Pero anyway, para we can tighten this up. Ma'am, you are the chairman of NCSC or are you part of the NCSC? A commissioner. Of course, we would benefit from any comments from you.
I am Commissioner Ida Patron. I'm part of NCSC with Chairman Franklin Quijano as our Attorney Franklin Quijano is our chair and CEO.
Okay, so you don't have any comment?
All have been expressed, except that I have good experience with mercury drugs so far.
Like me.
But just to mention Watson is so strict and Watson is not so considerate
dalawang patatawag natin, Watson at
with so many
South Drug.
clients. That's Watson.
South Star. So sino pa mamireklamo mo?
No, just an observation for Watson. Because they're very strict with literally with the card, we call that the booklet, the prescription.
Alisin natin booklet na yan. Gawa-gawa lang yan itayag.
But mercury
Second motion about that booklet.
Now, may I call on NTRC? Sir, are you here for any tax implication of all?
Your Honor, thank you very much for
You're
giving
always
us.
prepared for any meeting. So,
The NTRC being not primarily involved in tax administration, differs to the BIR on the matter of finding gaps on the implementation of senior citizens law and
687.
law on persons with disabilities. So, previously you asked for a VAT estimate on the revenue organ on VAT estimate consumed by senior citizen. Initially, our initial estimation based on average spending of senior citizens on selected goods and services based on 2015 PIs is 11.86 billion. That's the initial revenue estimate that we for senior citizens. If we include PWD, it could be higher. So, yun po yung sinend sa akin ngayon ng mga kasama ko sa opisina na initial figure ng revenue estimate.
Yun din naman yung amin We estimate for the three at 18 billion. Magkano ba yung ano natin?
11.86.
Yung atin magkano?
Ang estimated VAT revenue for Ghana.
Wait lang. Wait, sir. Nawawala. Page 12. 14.77 sa amin. Ang tax revenue loss lang.
That is for the senior citizens only.
Yeah, senior citizen din kami.
Apo. If I may share my personal experience as PWD, I noticed that in some areas only the big pharmacies or drugstores are giving discounts to purchase of medicines. Other drugstores, especially the small ones, do not give discounts to senior citizens or does not have the medicines needed or ordinarily consumed by the senior citizens and PWDs. So itunuturo sa Mercury, sa Watsons, or in other big pharmacies. Pero yung mga nasa sa palengke, mga small butikas, hindi po sila normally nagbibigay ng discounts.
So yung 5% discount sa bigas, has anybody availed of it?
Nililista po nila sa booklet ang nililista po nila sa booklet, doon sa purchase booklet, yung balance ng 1,300 per week.
Yes, medicine.
Sa grocery. Ayun po subject to 5%
Saan galing
discount.
batas yan?
I think it's in the joint circular. Yung 1,300 per week na allowable consumption by PWD or
So alam naman gamitin mo sa bigas, 5% lang ang discount. Gamitin mo na yan sa ibang bagay.
On basic necessities and prime commodities. Nakalista po yun sa...
So sila talaga may booklet.
May booklet po ang PWD at saka senior citizens.
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may be allowed, the
Can I have a sample of that? How come I don't have that?
Your Honor, if I may be allowed, the provisions of 9994 indicates that including rice is included, but the threshold has changed. The 2010 threshold is only 1,300 per week. And therefore, if a consumer, a senior citizen, buys 10,000, 1,300 lang po doon ang subject to 5% discount. But the price has changed tremendously, Your Honor. In 2010, one sack of rice is 1,300. But in 2024, one sack of rice is double, and therefore, the little sack of rice of 25 kilos becomes the 1,300, Your Honor. And therefore, there is a need to authorize the enforcement units to determine in terms of the price index and escalation so that there will be adjustments that can be made. Because if we will have to rely on how the law will be changed, maybe it will take a long time. We are reviewing that right now, Your Honor, not only the threshold, but also the other benefits, because a lot of senior citizens are complaining on how these are being enforced.
5% lang siya?
No, meron tayong 8%.
5% per week, Your Honor, and that's 65 pesos. And ang parking fee is also, so practically ma-wipe out sa parking fee.
Ano sabi ni Jingjing? When we look at it, we're looking I'm trying to call Ramon Ang for the RFID. Sayang naman we're meeting, we're making sure. So, Tagalunggong, 5% din.
Well, actually, you have a listing, Your Honor.
Here.
If you buy, may mga listahan po kasama ang bigas, kasama nga ang tubig, etc. But then, pagdating mo sa counter at lumampas ka ng 1,300, ang binibigyan na 5% hanggang 1,300 lang. At therefore, 65 pesos lang ang discount every week.
Groceries lang yan. The groceries.
Prime commodity, basic necessities and prime commodity. So, meron tayo 8%.
All right. Sige. Anything more?
Yes, siguro I second the motion na kailangan ng i-review yung 1,300 per week because of the increase in the prices of
The guardian of taxation is now favoring tax leakage.
Hindi, I'm speaking on my personal capacity po. What I said as official capacity is the revenue estimate that we initially determined. Kaya po na-mention ko yan.
When it hurts, aaray ka, no? Kasi dati, kontrang-kontra yan sa mga ganito NTRC yan So, you don't find any dysfunctional aspects to all of this ecosystem? No? It's the only one of its kind in the whole world, Doesn't exist anywhere else. We've been trying to find, a comparable international, system. It's only in the Philippines that we have all these discounts for special sectors. Kasi they're able to do it through actual expenditures. Like for every children in California, you have 1,200 child tax credit and it's given to you in cash every month. Yes, yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, thank you. I just would like to add additional inputs. Meron pong discount na hindi na-avail, and this is the 5% discount on electricity consumption of senior citizen and 5% discount on water consumption.
Beyond what? 130?
100 kilowatts for electricity and 30 cubic meters.
Nasa batas na ba yan?
Yes, sir. Ang problema po kasi doon, yung provision na kailangan nakaregister sa senior citizen yung kuryente. So marami po tayong senior citizen nag-rent lang or nakikitira lang, hindi po na-avail yung discount.
Sa Meralco siguro pwede, pero yung iba puro lugi. Paano ba yun?
Hindi, meron na po tayong in-approve na substitute bill increasing the discount from 5% to 15%. And monthly consumption of 150 kilowatt per hour and for water from 30 to 50.
150 pa?
Your request ni Kuya yun.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Ang ano po doon is the provision na kailangan nakarehistro yung meter, yung electric meter at saka yung water meter sa
Reasonable naman yun, ikaw talaga.
Paano sir kung nagre-rent kasi karamihan po ng senior na
very susceptible to abuse.
Nagre-rent lang.
Ayaw naman natin na na walang tiwala
Yes, sir.
sa sistema.
Baka pwede sir na magkaroon ng registration system with the DOE or with the agency na nakatira siya doon para ma-avail niya yung discount.
Alam mo, dito lang ako pumapayag nito dahil naniniwala ako na ang bureaucracia hindi kaya pong ipatupad dito dahil baka itakbo pa at mabagal pa. So mas mabuti pa yung diretsa yung pag-avail at the ability to make a differentiation is based on the availer. Ibig sabihin, kung above 60 ka, di ikaw lang. So, hindi ka tulad halimbawa, ibibigyan ko ng pera disability, oy, tulong mo to doon. And then suddenly, papasok yung mga 56. Hindi ka tulad nito na very, very clear kung sino pwede kumuha at hindi mo na kailangan po na mag-procure, definitely walang SOP, at wala akong leakage. So maganda na ho itong sistema to. So I'm really in favor of this. But of course, subject to certain fiscal limitation.
Mr. Chair,
Sino yan?
from QCP daw po.
Yes. You owe me a list of all the complaints and I will write all of them.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like also to manifest, Mr. Chair, that rehabilitation centers, because I have a child with autism, pero wala po siyang discount sa occupational therapy, that's twice a week, and speech language therapy, which is also once a week. That would cost 3,000 per week, Your Honor.
Magkano ba dapat?
Sa Quezon City, Your Honor, nag-range po ng 1,500 to 2,000 per day ang therapy po ng bata. So wala po yung discount, Your Honor. Also, yung disability assessment, that would cost 4,000 pesos to 8,000 pesos. Wala rin po yung discount, Your Honor. So I
Bakit
would
hindi
like
na lang sa PhilHealth yan? Those eligible expenses under PhilHealth?
Your Honor, I think yung mga therapy centers po is not under DOH pa. Dahil po yung mga therapist po is under the PRC.
No.
Opo.
Sayang. What are you doing?
Meron tayong po.
He's the best guy for DPCB, for lifestyle diseases.
Chair, gusto lang naming linawin na ang mga rehabilitation services katulad ng binanggit po ay
libre.
Entitled po lahat ng persons with disabilities to at least 20% kasama na yung VAT exemption po.
Saan? Where? Anywhere.
Opo.
Including government hospitals.
Kung sakaling hindi nabigyan, titingnan namin yung enforcement at makikipag-ugnayan kami sa NDCA o kaya sa local government unit po.
Under Section
At sa
8.
senior citizen po.
Under Section 8 ng RA 11228, the PhilHealth shall develop exclusive packages for persons with disability that will address their specific health development needs in addition to the existing PhilHealth benefit. The development or expansion of any PhilHealth benefit shall go through a proper, transparent, and standardized prioritization setting process such as health technology assessment, wag lang PTAC, health impact assessment, and actuarial feasibility pending the issuance mandated by the Act. Person with disability may avail of existing and available PhilHealth packages. For rehab package, the PhilHealth shall accredit non-hospital-based service. So who here you have access to PhilHealth, Sir Yusek Tayag?
Opo. So, on top pa rin po yun. Kasama pa rin po itong 20%
So it can be free
discount.
from PhilHealth.
Opo.
Sir?
Ang ganito po nangyayari. So, kung may tinanggap kang serbisyo, halimbawa rehabilitation services, at accredited po yun ng PhilHealth, ibabawas muna po yung 20% sa person with...
Yan. May nakalagay dito, non-hospital-based services for persons with disability under the IR of the 11228. So, it should be free. So, there's no discount to speak of.
Ang libre po pag nasa ospital po.
Nakalagay dito, non-hospital-based, sir. Consultant. RA. Anong page ba to? Wag na wag kumahanap pag pirma mo dito, ha? Si Duque ang pumirma.
Okay. pag government po yung facility,
No.
yun po ang nasa ang meron po ako.
Anong
Dito
page pa
po.
to? Tingnan mo to, page to. 3.
Saan nakalagay?
Anyway, yan na lang sir. Pag-aralan nyo. Bakit hindi?
Salamat po, Chair.
Anyway, wala. Pabagsak na pati ang ang UHC. Gawa ng almost 140 billion. Nagkakaroon ng substitution effect from smoking to vape. So for this year, we expect our collections from cigarettes by another 42 billion. So this is the 150 now over the past 3 years. So vape, which is 90% smuggled.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
if I may be allowed, since PhilHealth is not around, we would like to thank you, Congress, for the universal health care. And in behalf of the senior citizens, there is a program of PhilHealth called Consulta, where all the seniors are supposed to be free on the annual regular medical checkup. So we'd like to thank you on that, Mr. Chair. And because time is very important, I would like to also point out that NCSC is being an enforcement unit, has received more than 5,000 complaints and have addressed this, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, unless anyone still has any concern that you may wish, sir, you're recognized.
Thank
Ayaw
you.
mo kumain?
Last na po, Your Honor. On behalf of DSAP, I want to comment po doon sa sinabi ni Sir. First, yung hindi nagbibigay ang maliliit na butika ng discount. Nagbibigay po kami ng discount on generic medicines, that's more than 20% pa po ang binibigay namin. Nagbibigay din po kami sa branded medicine sa senior citizens and PWDs. But ikinalulungkot po namin na weekly consumption lang po ang kaya naming ibigay kasi bakit? It's really a loss on our part. Sa isang maliliit na butika po, hindi po kami nakakakuha ng malaking discount sa mga drug companies.
Okay.
Honestly po, loss po yun sa amin. Pero dahil gusto po naming serbisyuhan ng mga senior citizen, ibinibigay po namin 1 week consumption. Ang sunod po, bakit namin itinataboy kay Mercury? Kasi hindi na po available sa karamihan ng miyembro namin. Dahil nga po, patuloy kaming nalulugi kung ang branded medicine po ay bibigay namin sa mga senior citizen. And gusto ko pong mag-comment kay Yusek Tayag with regards to the OTC that are being abused. Yes, meron pong personal na experience ako sa butika ko. Senior citizen, bumibili ng 40 pieces na Biogesic. Magtataka ka po bakit 40 pieces? Ang sabi po niya, ibebenta niya sa sari-sari store niya. So yun po yung mga realidad, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Mercury.
Yes. Your Honor, since we are discussing about the government discounts, no, mandated discounts, so aside from the PWD, senior citizen, and we have also the Medal of Valor, the National Athlete and Coaches discount. So may we suggest that instead of tax deduction tax scheme, we should revert to the tax credit, no, as stated in the original law of the senior citizen. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ito, kay Duterte ito, no? Wala akong may gawa eh. Sabi ni Duterte, ginawa niya ito sa Maynila at sa Manila Water. Yung input VAT, absorb mo.
The alternative, Your Honor, to be at par with the senior citizen law, maybe the PWD law should also include the burden sharing scheme.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
NTRC, ano masabi mo? Hindi ka umangal nung ginawa ni Duterte yon.
So, we'll prepare
pinatay yung input VAT, hindi direct deduction sa output VAT. nagkaroon lang ng 30% recovery as an expense. Para yung mama ng Mercury, naghihirap siya.
Mas lalaki po yung revenue loss kapag ginawang input bahat. And then, kapag ginawang tax credit, yung discount. Kasi peso por peso ang mangyayaring deduction. Meron din naman silang obligasyon in the community as said by the Supreme Court in
Anong Supreme Court ruling yan? Extra.
The decisions, earlier decision on the case of South Luzon, ayon sa Mercury Drug po, na yung mga business communities may obligasyon din naman sa society na tulungan ang mga senior citizens at saka mga PWD. So, yung tax deduction po, I think, it's an already reasonable measure para ma-recover nila yung portion of their expenses or
Palibasa, solo ka, wala yung DOF dito, kaya kanya ka. Hindi nga. Kaya pasalamat tayo sa Mercury. Kung di sila nagbenta ng lupa, walang mega mall. Lupa nila yan. Yes, Mercury.
Your Honor, in answer to the statement made on the regarding the case, no. So it was the Northern Luzon Drug Corporation, which the Supreme Court stated that the tax credit is the just compensation. However, in the case of DSAP versus CIR, it was applied the police power of the government. So we cannot do nothing about that because it was mandated that the establishment should carry the burden. So that's the difference.
Saan nyo din sa CTA, sa SC?
Supreme Court, Your Honor. That is why the many establishments are not honoring the discount because of the losses as said by the DSAP, because of the burden being given by the tax deduction scheme.
Okay? Dalawa na lang hindi nagsasalita. DPWH. Nandito ba? Pero yung mga structure na pro PWD.
Morning. Good
Magkano ba
morning,
sa
Your
total
Honor.
budget nyo yan?
Again, sir. The budget, we'll have to provide the figures if you would
Okay,
permit
please
us, sir.
submit na lang, sir. How much are you spending on top of if it's not PWD friendly versus building that is not
All right. Copy, Your Honor. We are going to submit details on that request. Thank you.
Okay, FDA, are you around? We have the full, Is the FDA around? Walang FDA? Dito siya? Ituro mo nga tayag, isuplong mo. Kervin?
Morning, Your Honor. Since it was mentioned that food supplements are not covered, we do fully support the House bills by Representative Ordanes to include vitamins, minerals, and food supplements for senior citizens discounts and also PWDs. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yung mga vitamins na condition. Anti-neuropathic pain, what are they considered?
If these are classified as drugs and medically prescribed, sakop na po nito sa existing policies natin, Your Honor.
So yes, sir. You have the last word. for
Yeah,
this meeting.
last two concerns, Your Honor. Since all the enforcement units are around, we hope that by the next week we will already be able to organize for the enforcement platform because we are concerned. One of the issues that is reaching us is really the online purchase, which until today is not yet being observed by a lot of merchants because the online platform has not been cooperative. The other item, Your Honor, is perhaps a reminder to all that the 1% for the senior citizens, which until the present is still shared with PWD. And for the next week, we hope that there's going to be a 1% singly for the senior citizens will be enforced. Because
DPWH?
no, 1% for the senior citizen and the PWD for all government units, including the LGU. May mga LGU po na hindi nag-enforce ng 1%.
Yes, Ordanes.
For your information, Chairman, meron na po tayong bill na nakasalang yung magse-set aside ng 1% of annual budget ang lahat ng LGUs and all government agencies. Exclusive po sa atin. Hindi po natin kahati o kaparte ang PWD. Salamat po.
Okay. So with
Mr.
that,
Chair,
yes, you
Mr.
are.
Chair, can I have a comment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I also filed a bill of 5%
All right.
for senior citizens. And up to now, it's not being heard.
Yeah.
Saan ba yan?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yung pong kay Kong Mila ay from 1% increase of 1% to 5% po nung IRS.
Yes. Like the God.
So kami, yung sa atin ay new law, yung kanya po ay amendment to Republic Act 9994.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any further concerns?
Sir, Mr. Chair,
Oh,
um,
who is that?
Debbie po from QCP daw. Mr.
Oh.
Chair, marami pong salamat that we're looking into the therapy services po ng mga batang may kapansanan into PhilHealth. With that, we would like to seek po the Department of Health also because most of the private therapy centers are not DOH accredited. If we're going to pursue
Pitak yan, di ba? Puro yung pitak, tayag.
Kakausapin mo namin yung PITAC tungkol po dito, Chair. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat.
Patawag namin sila. Ang binago?
Sir, thank you, Mr. Chair. Two things lang, no? I don't know kung natanong na to kanina. First is, if anyone kung may update tungkol doon sa final ng dalawang prosecutor sa Pasig against two top officials ng Marco Polo Hotel. And then second is,
May warrant of arrest na daw.
so just an update, Mr. Chair.
Ano
And
pa?
then the next one is regarding lang sa mga discounted products. Is it true na once discounted ng product, automatic hindi na applicable ang discount ng senior citizen? That's all, Mr. Chair.
Kung approve ng DTI, pero we want to change the law. Because parang it was good for the gander, good for the goose. But not if the goose is disabled. So we have to make that differentiation as a societal value. Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With the pending bill of the Honorable Ordanes, so having a separate 1% for senior citizens, I'd like to take this opportunity to implore our advocates in Congress for us to have a similar separate 1% for persons with disabilities, if that is possible. Thank you.
kung lahati mo na kasi, pati na senior citizen, yung tong tatlo, solo parents, mukhang mas viable siya. Tapos tagyan mo na lang na menu of compliance. Di ba?
Mr. Chair, with the 5% I filed, PWD is included.
Oh, that's good. So, menu talaga siya. So, do you have any corporation? Do you have any corporation, the SWD? Yeah, do you own any corporation?
Oh, none.
So, is there no way for compliance, like if I lend you money and therefore it's a compliance of the 5%?
I think the DSWD by its mandate is would not be in the best position to that, Your Honor. Ours is more direct.
Before kasi, if you have, kung magpapautang, may 25% ba tayo to agriculture? Pero dati agri lang. Ngayon pag rural enterprises, compliance na siya. Magpautang ka sa water district, compliance na siya. Is there a way of complying with this 5% in a way that benefits the senior citizen? Oh, I think I know now. Yung mga rehab centers, ano pa? Facilities. I think we have to build it na lang ng enhanced deduction system rather than an outright 5%. Can you draft it? We'll draft it, ha? Akin na yung yung proposal mo. Pakikialaman na namin para ma-approve. Pag hindi, wag na. Kasi kailangan natin hindi sa palatable kundi makes it easy to enforce. Ayan, bahala na. Kasi kung magpagawa kami halimbawa isang kumpanya, magpagawa ng let's say ng mga rehab o ng mga home for the aged o yung mga, so parang 5% na rin siya, di ba? So is there any other proposals? But definitely we have a second hearing because we will look into all the complaints of PIDAO and of course your NSCS, NCSE, NCDA. So it will be just NCDA and PIDAO on the next hearing and everybody else who is not here, like South Drag. Sino pa hindi wala dito?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have just a concern, and this is kay Dr. Tayag because wala namang PhilHealth representative.
PhilHealth will go for them next year.
Yes, yung konsulta po, the senior citizens should register sa mga accredited lang ng PhilHealth. So medyo nakakalito yon. So why not make all government hospitals automatic?
Okay. So all government and rural health units. Okay. No, reimbursable. Yes, ma'am. Are you gone? Naku. Burial assistance agad. All right. So ang nawala dito is para you can explain yourself. Like I'm so glad Sofitel is here and Starbucks is here. But I have a pending request for PWD and Senior Citizen Day.
Well noted.
Please tell Rustan's Coffee Corporation.
Well noted, Your
It's a
Chair.
request of the committee.
Yes, and we will work with DTI, Your Chair.
Malapit na rin naman ang Holy Week.
Well noted.
So related on other online transaction, BIR, how can we implement this? Where's BIR?
Your Honor.
Yes. Yung online, how do you do the discount for senior citizens and then
Your Honor, as of now, Your Honor, the BIR does not require for the senior citizens to sign for an online
give us
purchase.
the entire system para they are not disqualified because of a system.
Yes, Your Honor. They just put the senior citizen number on the
Itong mga Pati kasi mga meron ako, entitled daw ako dahil may salamin ako. Kailangan 300.
Hindi rin po. I think it's 1,000. Nandun po sa issuance po ng DOH.
Okay, essentially, your RMC that making them withholding agents.
Yes, Your Honor. It is RM.
Okay,
It's
and then
RR 16-2023, Your Honor.
no, let's discuss it next week.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Documentation of complaints from NSTS, NCSC, and PDAO. Can you leave us a copy so we can invite everybody that you are complaining of your complaint enterprises?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mukhang maganda naman eh. They're able to clear their names.
We will provide, Your Honor, tomorrow po ng all the details
Copy
po
of
ng
the
mga
press
establishments.
release of Starbucks. I don't forget you.
Well noted, Chairman.
And the case of the fake IDs from NCDA.
We're ready to provide now po, Your Honor. We have
Obviously.
printouts.
And then expenditure of the DPWH with respect to PWD and senior citizen friendly structures. And especially with respect to an A versus B, A with, B without. So what is the difference? What is the cost to society? Kinakanta na tayo. So are there any other, so we can have a complete report? You know, this committee is known for always having a closure to all its investigation.
Your Honor.
For the past 9 years, yes, ma'am?
There's a pending House Bill 1816 by Congressman PM Vargas, which includes exemption of the senior citizens to number coding and parking. We would like also to manifest if this could be also covered to persons
Yes,
with
okay.
disabilities. Thank you.
Include natin. It will be included in the next hearing, including the RFID. Madami. Pero hopefully we can finish next week. Next week is the 23rd, right? So we'll have a meeting. 23, wala nang congressman yan. RFID, what is the other one? Number coding. Dapat minimum 3 matanda sa loob ng kotse. Parking para sa matanda. Hindi niya kailangan yun. Di naman kayo nagsisex na sa parking lot. Ginagawa niyo pa ba?
Pwede pa.
Pwede pa. Sex in parking lots. Ayan, no. Xerox, no. You have a bill? Okay, give us all the bills and let's see whether people. So we'll invite SM for the parking lots. And we'll have, an SMC for the RFID. For the number coding, we invite MMDA. Okay. So we'll have a comprehensive enhanced benefits for SC, PWD, and Solo Parents Act. So integrated na pa tapos. Okay, sino ba may problema sa buhay dito? I will thank everybody for your being forthright and honest, and of course for solving the problems. So the more you solve it, the less room for legislation, the less law, the better for the world. So hopefully we can codify all these benefits system for our special sectors. Busita, I thought you will ask questions.
Next hearing na lang, Mr. Chair.
Okay, prepare
Thank you.
for it. So thank you, Mercury. Ako lagi ko nakukuha ko dyan eh. 20%. Salamat nga ako, senior citizen ako eh. Is there any motion that that will please me?
Move to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Ria,
Then the motion.
seconded by Ria Vergara, the next mayor of Gapan. Are you going for Gapan or are you running for governor? Governor. Ka ba natuwang ka ba? Ang anak mo saan? So, thank you very much to everyone. And my God, it is a pleasure to talk to all of you. This hearing is hereby adjourned till January 23.
See you next week.